Hello, I'd like to introduce you to Environmental Science 1401. This class is for kind of what we call mixed majors, and that means if you're going into environmental science as a career, this will count towards as introductory credit, and this does count as science lab credit for those of you that are not going into the sciences.
My name is Dr. Shmaefsky. I go by Dr. S. I am a full-time faculty member here and primarily teach environmental science, and I'm also a professional environmental scientist. I do consulting work outside of the college, and I'm a lot involved in environmental policy. My office is in the Science Instruction Building, 202V, and if you need to meet me at any time, just please send me an email or give me a call at 312-1609, and we could easily schedule some place to meet, or we can meet at my office on campus, whatever's convenient for both of us.
Bam. Um, this is what our course page is going to look like, and most important to you, because this online stuff can be rather complicated, I know, and D2L is not the simplest thing to use, but this is our home page. So when you enter the class, you'll see my home. And if you ever get lost in the website, just go back there and it gives you a way to start all over again. Two important features are going to be here and right here in this section. So you'll see all your assignments listed here. And this is pretty much what our introductory page is going to look like under the table of contents. You'll have the syllabus posted. You'll see this area called Habitable Planets, which can contain materials you need throughout the semester. I'm going to have a version of the PowerPoints for you to use, particularly during testing to supplement the book. And when we scroll down, you'll see the different lecture assignments that will be ordered in the most recent assignment on top. And then below that will be other resources. So now where you'll be looking for your content is right here. So this window, the content window, leads you to where all our assignments are going to be. And you'll see a bar just like this with the different assignments listed. For grades, I'm likely not going to be posting grades on D2L. I used my Lone Star to do that because I have some issues with the D2L grading, but I'll always keep grades on the spreadsheet so that if you need your grades, just please send me an email and I can give you a class average. With every test, I will give you your approximate letter grade for that point of the semester. The other important area is communication. This is where you will email me and your emails will show up. And again, I won't be probably posting assessments, and under the resource sections, there'll be some stuff listed there too every now and then, like class announcements. For the course description, we go by what's called a Texas Higher Education Coordinator Board description of the class, and basically this is not going to be a total science class. We're going to be covering a lot of issues that have to do with ethics, economics, sociology, psychology, you name it, because all of these you'll find out in the first lecture week are all integral parts of environmental science. So this is going to apply to those of you going into many disciplines, because all our discipline areas affect or are affected by how we approach the environmental sciences. So this is all in your syllabus here, the course description. And this course does count as a science course, not particularly for science majors, but for those of you going into different careers, and again, those of you going into.
As far as your course evaluation goes, I'm going to be flexible about this, but we definitely will have 3 take-home tests, and you'll see how those are done. They'll be posted on D2L, and they are open book, but that doesn't mean they'll be easy. There'll be a fair amount of critical thinking questions, and the grades on this test is usually equivalent to taking a test within the classroom, and I'll show you a little later how to submit the grades. We'll also have a fair amount of activities that'll be posted on D2L, either some type of at-home lab that will be handed in by email, or some type of group assignment, and we'll see that would be related to particularly our Flipgrid assignments, which we'll discuss a little later. We'll have a series called Annenberg Habitable Planet, and I'll give you more information on that. I'll assign a few of these, but please don't do them on your own. I will give you the order and give you the times to take these, because their order of the Habitable Planet lessons are not necessarily the order in the chapters of our textbook. There'll be what I call attendance, and attendance is basically signing in onto the website, because I can check that, and also making sure you're looking at videos that I post and the video lectures. So I will use the watching of the video lectures as your attendance. And then we're going to have a comprehensive essay final, and this is going to include selecting 3 out of 5 questions that look at the global perspectives in your own words of different types of environmental issues that are relevant to our area.
So what does the Annenberg Habitable Planet series look like? Don't go by this order. We're not going to go in this order because our book doesn't follow. So yes, we are going to look at the first one first. And this I'll assign the first week of our official start of lecture time. And then I'm going to pick some of these out of order depending on the order of the chapters in your book. So this pretty much reflects the content of your book. And this end one we're not going to do, because this is just kind of like if you took this course as a course in itself, and this would be the equivalent of a final project, but we're not going to do that. But we are going to look at the videos from this and then answer, again, 2 sets of questions. One set are factual, that I really need to see your answers, and the other is going to be kind of open-ended essays for you to make comments about what you saw in the videos. So those would be more of a short essay format. But again, we'll be seeing all of these as we go throughout the semester. These are all major topics that are involved in environmental science.
I am hoping that you have one of the current editions of our book, because once you start getting into 12th and 13th editions, the information is not updated and the chapter sequences are a little different. So hopefully you will have a 14th or 15th edition. I do not care if it's paperback or an online book, because mainly you're going to be using the book as a reference, and it is good to read the chapters, of course, before you take a test, just so you understand where to search for content. So the chapter organization is pretty simple. We'll be looking at different types of topics, an overview of environmental science, and we'll be going through environmental ethics, and then dig into actually the science and policy and social issues associated with environmental science. I'll be using a variety of resources to help you understand these topics. And of course, our take-home activities or at-home activities will help reinforce some of the content of the syllabus too.
So what's the online format going to be like? Because a lot of us are a little hesitant about online. When I first started teaching this class online, I was a little skeptical too, but I've been teaching online graduate courses for a while, and now for a year this course. So I will record some lectures, and these are going to be abbreviated lectures based on your PowerPoints. So this way you can at least use the content of the book to study from this, and it will go along with the book. Every now and then I'm going to use what are called Bozeman science videos. The guy that developed these did these for his students, both high school advanced placement and 2-year college, just like ours. And he made some videos of various topics in science that I think are great at supplementing the course. And he takes a little different approach than me in the video. So I'll assign these occasionally when I think his video does a good job supplementing mine, or even in some cases replacing mine, because he did a much better job. So these will be available too, plus some other videos I get from other resources like government websites and commercial websites that have some detailed aspects of the content of the chapter. Like it might show, we have a couple of videos that show how a sewage treatment plant works, which I can't show you. So we have a tour of a sewage treatment plant, like a tour of a waste facilities and recycling and all sorts of stuff that would supplement the lecture. We will have, again, assignments based on these videos in a lot of cases. So the video is not just to watch, it's also to answer questions, either in a case study or on a brief, what I would call like a survey, not quite a quiz, but just something to fill in to answer questions related to the video. Again, the Habitable Planet videos will have their own quizzes that go along with it, and this will be in D2L under the Habitable Planet. You'll see your series of Word docs that you open up, and you write your answers directly onto Word doc. And then we have the Flipgrid chat board. I'm not going to use the D2L chat board because it's a pain in the rear to use, and a lot of times stuff doesn't get posted properly if you don't submit it properly, and if I don't open it up properly. So I'll post a link in your emails and on the D2L assignment window for chat boards. And these you can do, again, from your phone, from a computer. It doesn't care where you do it. And these are really kind of neat. And I found that this is a great way for us to see each other and interact with each other in class. Because with these online classes, we don't get to see other students in the class. And this way we can. Okay, and particularly this is useful when we start doing service. There are people that might want to carpool together for the service or work together on a project. And again, your 3 take-home exams and final, will be, again, at home. So you will fill these in on a Word doc. And again, I'll show you pretty much how that goes. So whenever I post a test, I'll set up on your calendar the due date for the test. And there will be a period I will lock you out. So if you think you're not going to get a test done on the due date, please let me know. Because there is a period of time where I'm going to have to lock you out of an exam. And unfortunately, you're going to have to take the hit of a 0. Because I don't drop exams because I need to test the content of all of that. Since we are a core class, we have to meet certain content guidelines. And particularly those of you going into environmental science, you have to show me competence on that to say that you've taken a class. So what I did was I set up the answer sheet from 1 to 60. You won't get 60 questions all the time, but it means I could ask up to that many depending on the mood when I write the exam. So we can get anywhere from 45 to 60 questions. So don't be surprised if you stop at 50 and say, oh my gosh, I don't have the last page of the attachment. No, I will make sure that that's there. But please don't fill out your answers on the test sheet. Use the test answer sheet. And then, you could write on this and scan it and send to me, or just in the Word doc, you can put your answers here and just go straight down. This sheet makes it easier for me to grade. Now, also, when you submit these, try not to change the formatting too much, because I do have a template that I put this on to do your grades. And again, you could submit these to me by email, preferably D2L, because this way I know I have it. And I forward my D2L to my regular email, but the D2L email always stays in a certain file, so I know I won't lose this if I don't see it in my regular email. But please try not to submit these to my regular email account using your home email, because a lot of time it goes to the spam and I don't always see it, because sometimes we'll end up with 100 spam in there, and I don't know your home email addresses. So this is pretty much going to be a straightforward thing when we look at taking an exam. And I'll give you, again, a firm due date on that, and then you're going to have to email me if you don't reach that firm due date.
Please, if you have any questions, please send me an email or leave a voicemail. More likely, can reply by an email. And please use your D2L email to contact me, because if you send a personal email, it might go through my spam guard. And for every query that you send, please send me a fresh D2L email. Don't reply using a message I sent to the whole class, because sometimes when you reply to that, they don't always come to me. They end up attached to another email that I sometimes do not see. So it's just better to get me hold of by D2L, or if you want to use my Lone Star email, that is fine too. What I will do is send you emails through D2L and my Lone Star to communicate with you. So I'm looking forward to a good semester, and the secret to success, and particularly an online class, is keeping up with the assignments and keeping up with the readings. Thank you.